How is everyone doing? Today we are going to talk about our why. What is our motivation? Hi there, Madison. What is our motivation? What is our why? Do you know why you're doing what you're doing? Are you doing stuff you don't want to do and you don't know why? Do you guys know why you're doing what you're doing? Or, hi there, Bhakti. What is your why? What is your why? Do you even know what you're headed towards? Do you know what you want in life? Have you figured it out? Have you figured this world out? I haven't figured this world out, but every day we get closer and closer to understanding why we do what we do. Hi there, Antoinette and Becky and Sonal. Sonal. Hi there. Hi, Callie. So what is your why? So we're going to look at whys. Hi there, Socks Shinagrath. It's a new experience every time. Hi, Antoinette. Hi, Gally. I'm doing good. Hi, Unity Sage. Do you know your why? What is your why? That is what we're talking about today. I'm trying to understand my why. I don't always know. Thank you. I don't always know what my why is. Maybe I get a little disconnected from my why. I guess I have many whys. I have health whys and why we're here, or like why you do what you do. Like, why are you working towards your goals? Like, what's the reason why your goal is your goal? Like, why? Why are you doing it? Hi, Jay Spence. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Pikachu. Thank you, Unity Sage. You're so sweet. Why? Why? It's such a good question. Why? Oh, man. I wonder about my why all the time. I've written down various whys. WHY. People are wondering. What I mean, why? So, where should we start? Tell you why. Well, you got to know your own why. You got to know your own why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? What is your goal? Do you have a goal? Like, what is your goal? I have this opportunity to submit a book proposal, and I have to get a lot of ducks in a row in like the next week if I'm going to submit it. So I have to really think about it. Like, do I want to do that? Do I want to focus on that? I would have to put in a lot of effort. So why would I do that? Why? Is it money related? Is it, fame related? Is it envy? Is it regret? Is it pressure? Is it family? Like, why? What's my why? Well, that's a good question. Well, I have whys for my health goal, for, getting healthy and stuff like that. Like, I want to be able to walk with my family and enjoy time with my dogs, and I want to just feel good in my skin and be happy and release healthy endorphins to improve my mood and to think about stuff. And so I have like a lot of really good whys. Hi there, Dipti. So I have a lot of good whys for health, but like, why am I doing this? I have had a passion for, I can tell you what one of my whys is I suffer from anxiety. And I know a lot of my clients suffer from anxiety. And so part of my why is to help heal others from anxiety. Hi, Trend Zone. Is to help heal others. And through healing others, I'm healing myself, and we're all advancing and we're all getting better. So that's one of my whys, is to help people feel better from like sickening anxiety. That is one of my whys, is because I feel it so like so deep, that fear, that gripping fear. And I know um how it can really just distract. Hi, Trend Zone. What is your why? Why do you do what you do? And I know how crippling anxiety can be for me, and I know that other people experience the same form of crippling anxiety. And like, my why is to like help heal that, just because I have compassion. I have compassion towards others for the drama they may experience. But also, I want to see myself grow, and I want others to grow, and us to all grow together. And I want to learn from you, and I want you to learn from me, and that we can be on this rock floating around the sun together. How is your anxiety? Everybody, what's your anxiety like from the scale of 1 to 10? What's your anxiety? I would say I'm maybe a 2 or a 3. I'm pretty low, but I have like some wheels spinning in my head. I have some wheels spinning in my head. So what's your anxiety? I have to urinate. Why are you so anxious? Why are you so anxious, girl? 8's really high. Cat Martin's Bowster 10. Oh my gosh, why is your anxiety so high? I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing in your direction. Of 9.99999. Ooh, boy. Girls, girls, girls. Why are you so anxious? Why are you so anxious? Are you confused? You're in deadly search of a new job for growth. Me too, girl. I've submitted 2 resumes in the past 2 hours, so I'm like 0. So Unity Sage is feeling pretty calm. She's calm, cool, and collected. She's getting ready for bed. She's getting ready for bed, while everybody else is like, it sounds like you guys can't even sleep. Whew. Anxiety. Ooh, anxiety is rough. So we need to all take a breath. Hi, sweetie. Ready to sleep. Ooh, anxiety. Oh, goodness. Well, here, I'm going to anxiety 1 and 2. It grew out of it. Hi, what's your anxiety from the scale of 1 to 10?
Earlier tonight I was at a fucking 8. Right now I'm at a 3.
At a 3. I'm around a 3.
I'm at a resting 3.
A resting anxiety state.
Nice murmur. Oh,
okay. Welcome home. So it seems like the resting anxiety state in my house is around a 3. It's around a good 3. But yeah, so we have some anxiety. I want everybody to know that you're safe. Okay. I mean, that's like number 1. Like, you're safe. Like, everything, you're like on Instagram, you know what I mean? like nothing too bad is happening to you right now if you're scrolling on Instagram or YouTube, Facebook, or wherever you are. So life, if you're online surfing, life is not too bad. And if you're on my live, then life is pretty good. Life is pretty good. I'm going to throw a couple of cards for anxiety, because boy, that was surprising to see those high numbers. See those high numbers. I know it's, well, if you're too worried about the future or like too worried about the past, then you're going to have high anxiety. Hi, Make. What is your anxiety level from the 1 to 10? Like if you're worried about the future, like trend zone, you worry about the future, then your anxiety is going to be higher than if you just like take a deep breath and realize that we are just here. We're just present. We're just present. Nothing bad is happening to us at this second. Like everything is okay. Everything is okay, right? Everything's fine, right?
Hey, Stina.
Yeah.
Everything is okay.
See, you heard it from Rob. Everything is okay.
You need anything?
No, I got it.
Haven't seen you all day.
I haven't seen you all day either.
How are you?
I'm good. I missed you.
Missed you too.
Uh,
I'll talk to you when you're out, okay?
okay.
Do you want the door open or will it close?
It could be cracked.
Come on, boys. I'll give him a treat. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Treat time. Treat time. Treat time.
Anxieties are spiritual. You think anxieties are
Want
spiritual?
to get a drink or anything?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I got a nice Hydroxycut anxiety drink. Hi, Katrina. What is your anxiety level on the scale of 1 to 10? Hi, Jasmila. Mia. Nothing like a good energy drink to ramp up your anxiety. Hi, Angela. Today we're talking about our why. Jita is a 10. Whew. All right, you guys. Are you worried? I'm drinking a Hydroxycut. Energy and weight loss. Burns calories, boosts metabolism, enhances focus and energy. Orange, mango, pineapple. It has lots of B vitamins in it. You found some peace recently, now looking for your purpose. Purpose is a good thing to find. 6 sometimes, you mean a 5. Okay, 5, 6, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I'm just curious. Everything is fine now. So everybody is fine. Like our anxiety all should be like under 5. You started walking for weight loss. That's great. Hi, Forever Princess Drea. So now here's the tower. For the longest time, every reading I did for myself had the tower or the death card in it. Like when I was getting the death card a lot, I was like, I actually called a psychic and I said, I'm getting the death card a lot and it's like really kind of bothering me. And so it kind of bothered me. But the tower may have already happened. Like the bad thing, like if you're like anxious over like weight, like the weight's already there. You just got to stop the source. If you're worried about finding a job, like the job that you had's already gone. It's already lost. So these cards are the tower and the 5 of cups. So the tower is whatever bad that has happened to you. It kind of, you hate college. So whatever bad that has happened to you has already happened. Like you just have to deal with it and let it go and just put one foot in front of the other and just know that your higher power has got you. But it's hard to think that way because it's like we like to think based on appearances. How are you going to get the finances? I know it's like a big question. Like you have to take steps and be very quiet every day and write an affirmation and be quiet and ask for 4 action steps that you can take every day to get the money that you need. Like just be very quiet. Be very quiet in the morning and ask and be grateful for everything that you have. And then ask for intuitive guidance. You just say, guide me. What am I supposed to be doing? What do I need to do? What do I need to do in order to get to the next step? And so whatever has happened has happened. the bad stuff. Hi there, Ram Modal. What's your anxiety like? There's some high anxiety in here. There's some high anxiety. So we're gonna bring it down. We're gonna try to get this anxiety under a 5. Under a 5. It is $30 to get a reading, to get a personal reading on this live. But right now, we're just bringing some anxiety down, and this is sort of a collective. It's a sort of a collective. Hi there, Spiritual Society. How are you? You feel like your relationship has died. So, I mean, and that's the tower. Has shit happened? Is shit about to happen, or has it already happened? Uh, uh, well, thanks. I'm glad that I can help. I'll try to help with a little bit of humor, a little bit of humor. So whatever you're worried about has either already happened, or you can't control it, or you're worrying about a potential future that may never happen. You know, it's like you may have had losses in the past, and that makes you think that your future is going to be filled with loss, but it's not necessarily like that. Hey, Melissa, what's your anxiety? Scale of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10, Melissa, what's your anxiety? What's your anxiety? So something that helps with anxiety. It's called CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. It's very interesting stuff. So we have to think like, okay, well, what's on your mind? Like what is the thought? What is the feeling? So if you guys are feeling really anxious, what is the feeling? Is it fear? Is it Just tell me, is it worry? Is it hatred? Is it resentment? What's the feeling? What's the feeling in it? And so we're going to like figure out what the feeling is. So we already have identified that you're anxious. So like, what's the feeling underneath? Like an 8. That's pretty high. So what is the feeling underneath the anxiety? And what are the automatic thoughts? Are the automatic thoughts that, what is the thought that shows up like that's like rolling around in your mind? Oh, you feel so anxious, you puke. Whew, anxious. I know. I knew I was on here for a reason. We were talking about our why and why we do what we do. And I was saying is my why is to help heal people from anxiety. Because I suffer from anxiety. And so part of my mission is to help heal others from anxiety. So I should be doing this more often. Thank you. Thank you, Unity Sage, for the good idea. For the good idea. Blessings to you. So what is the automatic thought? You think, okay, I'm feeling really anxious. You struggle every day from anxiety. So is it fear? You can transmute anxiety into power. You can. When I was doing a lot of stage, when I was doing a lot of singing and stuff in public, I had very bad stage fright. And so I got to this place. I got to this place of being able to sing. Like I could, like before, I would just shake. I would shake and I would feel bubble guts and just terrible. And I used the blessings to you. Things are not going at work today. Like you have weird anxiety about losing your job. So that's future stuff. Future stuff. I'm going to lose my job. I'm not doing enough job. Like, what are the automatic thoughts, you guys? What are the thoughts that are behind this anxiety? What's the thought? Things aren't going good at work. Things are going to fail. I'm going to fail. I'm going to screw up and they're going to hate me at work. I'm going to lose my job. Like, what are the automatic thoughts? Spit them out. So I would take like the anxiety, the bubble, and I would use it as energy. And then so I would take the nervous energy, like the really nervous energy, and I would turn it into sparkle. I would turn it into sparkle. And so I mean that was just like one of the ways that I would use anxiety as power is I turn it into sparkle. And so that's something that you can do. You have anxiety for meeting up with guys. You guess your initial thought is just hoping everything goes well. Yeah, that makes sense. I've had anxiety meeting people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Are you going to be liked? Are they going to like your outfit? Are they going to think you're too big, too small, too this, too that? Is there going to be something in your teeth? Is there going to, are they, I made you less anxious. Good. That's my goal. That's my goal. So what's the automatic thought, Gita? What do you fear is going to happen? What do you fear is going to happen that's making you feel so nervous? How Hi, Amanda Dunn. What is your anxiety level on the scale of 1 to 10? Tell me, what is your anxiety? And so Ram Modal is saying that they feel like their relationship has died. So, hi, good evening. So I don't know if you're still on here, but I mean, it's like I don't know. It's some things we just can't control. Six isn't bad. Six is a little high. You're worried something bad will happen to you. Has something bad happened to you before? Something that I had a doctor tell me as dealing with crippling anxiety. He said, "Well, what are you scared of?" And I remember at this one time, I was scared of like gang members. I moved into this house, and there were some people that were a little intimidating that lived a couple doors down from me. And they were like doing drug deals on the side of my house, and they were like standing in my yard, and they were just being really like threatening. And and so I was able to deal with it, but I was feeling very very anxious about it. And my doctor said, "Well, are you scared of things that are like real, or are you scared of things like tigers in the street? You know, like are you scared of things that like may not happen? That it's just like a possible that something bad is going to happen? Is like what you're scared is going to happen? Is that like a normal thing?" Some people are scared of like car accidents or abduction or creepers or getting followed, or there are certain things that are limited, you know that happen to people, like the news. Like if you're like watching the news a lot and it's making you anxious, shut it off. Don't watch the news. I mean, like I try to stay away from the news. 'Cause and severe panic attack. Yeah, you have panic attack. So are you worried about something that is like a potential that is like really like something that is like really serious, or is it something that's just like a casual maybe? So what's the automatic thought? You still get on roller coasters though. Yeah, roller coasters. Roller coasters. My daughter, she won't ride a roller coaster. No way. No way. Too scary. Too scary for her to ride a roller coaster. But we had I took her on a ride, and it was the thing that goes like this, and then it goes upside down. And and so we went on it, and the guy who was doing the ride stopped the ride while we're all upside down, and everybody thought the ride broke, and we're just upside down. And it freaked my daughter out. Now she can't get on a roller coaster. Oh no, I would never bungee jump. No. Like extreme like sports like that, like sky jumping, or whatever you call it. Like it's not something I would do. So you guys are so so here's the tower and the 5 of cups. So it's possible that the bad thing has already happened and that you just have to accept what has happened and move on and deal with the repercussions. Life itself, worrying about kids, just tons of stuff. Right, worries. My mom, she worries. Oh, God, does my mom worry? And when I talk to her, I worry. My mom is a professional worrier. Like she thought there was going to be this big earthquake. Like she had like a date and it was like a year from now or something. There's going to be this big earthquake. This was several years ago. And and yeah, she went and she told us, yeah, no, you can't watch the news. I can't watch the news. Um, she went and she warned us about this earthquake every day for a year until the day came and there was no earthquake. There was no earthquake. She's like, well, maybe it's going to be in February. I'm like, no, like we can't worry. She's like, well, you guys can take the cats and go out of town on this date. Like she went and she like scared us all half to death about this potential earthquake that was going to be earth shattering. But it's like, I know she freaked out. She worried about this stupid earthquake for a year, for a whole year. Ugh, worry. Like she can worry about everything. Oh, beware of this. Odiyemi, leave my people alone. Leave my people alone. Stop coming onto my Facebook. Stop scamming my followers. Just stop. Just stop. Okay. All right. Sorry, I just have somebody that's always coming on to my lives on Facebook and telling me to inbox and telling people to inbox um people for their reading. I just like they've got to stop. They got to stop. You went through too much stuff growing up and you just want your kids to not go through it. You're always asking myself, am I doing this right? Well, there's certain things that you can't worry about, that you just kind of got to let things be okay. Like say, be present, you know. But no, she had a vision and she heard this date in her head and she says there's going to be an earthquake on like February 11th or something like that, like 211. She said, well, maybe it's November 2nd. like she had like all this, like I tried to change it, like, no, no, no. Hi, Clayton. What is your anxiety level on a scale of 1 to 10? So either the thing has already happened and it's in the past and you don't have to worry about it anymore, or you're scared, or the thing has happened in the past and you're scared of the future. You're scared of the future. So, like, what do you do? And and so then your anxiety is high. Whew, high anxiety. High anxiety. These scammers, they give me anxiety. Boy, I tell you. So, so we have the 8 of Swords and the Empress. So you've gotten premonitions before. Yeah, I mean, I've predicted earthquakes, but like if you predict an earthquake, like you better be right about it or don't say anything. Like I predicted an earthquake like minutes before it happened. Like I knew an earthquake was going to happen and I said there's going to be an earthquake. And then like I freaked out half the party and then there was the earthquake and nobody wanted to talk to me anymore. And so hi, Tavion. So I mean you always got to be careful about predicting earthquakes and disasters. You don't want to do that. You don't want to cause anxiety. You don't want to cause anxiety. And so the Empress, this one girl goes, I'm so scared of you. And like she said, she was scared of me. And I felt so bad. I felt so bad. I'm like, it's okay. It was just a little earthquake. It wasn't that big. So we have to be Sierra. It is $30 to get a reading on this live, to get a personal reading on this live. Right now, we're talking about anxiety. Candy, it's $30 to get a personal reading on this live. Right now, we're talking about anxiety. Sounds like you have some. Sounds like you have some anxiety. So, what is your anxiety level on the scale of 1 to 10? And what is the automatic thought behind it? You think your boyfriend's like cheating on you, or that's like, it's like really intense anxiety, you know? And yeah, no, you don't want to freak people out. You don't want to make people worry, you know? And so it's not a good idea to do that. It's not a good idea to do that. It's not a good idea to like put your anxiety on other people, you know, to make somebody else anxious. Like that's not, you know, because you're feeling anxious now you want everybody else to feel anxious. Like not a good plan. And Amanda, you don't want to make your kids feel anxious, you know? And so I kind of have like this natural worrying gene to me that I think I've inherited from my mother. Because my mother yeah, yeah, but you have to be careful you just got to be careful. That would make it worse. Yeah. You know, you don't want to make your kids anxious and have a complex and, you know, kind of got to manage it. You got to manage it. My vibe is calming. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that it is. I'm glad that it is. I'm glad that I can help. So what's the truth then? So then what's the truth? What can you say to yourself at that moment where you're feeling very anxious and you're worried about the future or you're worried about the past, you know? Is it just a worry? Is there a foundation to the worry? Is there like yes, this is a real thing that could really happen? You know, is there you know, what's the truth? Oh, ADHD. Aw. It's all out of your hands. It's in someone else's hands. Serenity prayer. That's a huge one. I was in 9 months of anger management. They put me in that shit for 9 months. They said I was the angriest person they ever met. They said I was the angriest. Can you believe it? Me. I was the angriest person they ever met. You guys saw me get a little angry at the scammer on my Facebook. Yeah, 9 months. And I have to tell you, my anger management teacher, she was the angriest person I had ever met. She was so scary. You got kicked out. Oh, did you show up late? um, well, I think there is some medication that works really well. There's propranolol is a really good anxiety medication, like a blood pressure medicine. You know, you might want to ask for it. They give it to violinists. I mean, I was a musician, so they gave it to me for. Oh, she didn't like your attitude. Yeah, I had to beg to be let in because I was late. And so she would kick people out who were late. Oh, she said she couldn't help you. Yeah, they like to draw boundaries. So, but there's like I took propranolol, and they give it to violinists thank you, whose hands shake. It helps like open up the blood vessels and just kind of relaxes you. Oh yeah, you know another good thing is to do when you're feeling anxious is to warm up your hands. To warm up your hands because if your hands are cold, it means that your blood vessels are restricted and you may be feeling anxious. Writing and drawing, that sounds good. CBT is really great. You know, there's some really good resources for CBT online. If you like look it up, there's some really great resources for CBT. But they say to warm up your hands. But when you warm up your hands, you can think, oh, quilting is great. Oh, that's awesome. Quilting is very good. And you're also moving your hands. But you imagine you warm up your hands with your mind, because when you calm down and you take deep breaths, you can focus on sending blood to your hands and opening up the blood vessels in your hands and imagining your hands are at a fire and are getting warm, and that you're just feeling the warmth of the fire at your hands. Your hands are loose and relaxed and you feel warm. Chanting does help. You feel warm hands. You focus on your hands getting warmer and warmer and warmer. And so if you have warm hands, that's a sign of calmness. Like, if you may notice that if you're really anxious, that you might have cold hands. And so yeah, warming your hands is really great. Is really great. Yeah, I heard CBD helps. CBD didn't do too much for me, but I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure. But yeah, I have anxiety. No, I can't. I can't have any THC in my system. I get drug tested. So I can't. So I can't do any edibles or anything like that. So yeah, no, no, I don't smoke or do edibles. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it, but yeah, I do not do that. Sometimes smoking can cause anxiety. I would smoke like so much that I didn't get anxiety, if that makes sense. Like I would raise my tolerance up high so I didn't have that. Some people hear my thoughts. Because I get scared people hear my thoughts. If like I haven't smoked in a while, and I smoke, I feel like everybody can see the inside of my mind, and so that's like paranoia. Yeah, smoking can cause paranoia for sure. You should be able to smoke or eat edibles. It helps a lot of people. You get tested too. Yeah, they don't let you do that. I wish. I wish. Are you in Oregon too, Amanda? Yeah, they have all kinds of rules in Oregon, which is strange because it's the land of milk and honey. It's the land of milk and honey, and so they should, but they abide by federal law here. So, oh yeah, you live in Riddle. That's right. Yeah, so they go with federal law out here. Come on, Biden. Give us a break. So I think the truth is that, well, a lot of times relationships can cause anxiety. Relationships can cause a lot of anxiety. And there's attachment panic, where if you are attached to someone and they're ignoring you, you'll go into a panic. Like, why isn't this person talking to me? Where are they? When are they going to text me? Are they ever going to text me? I got to talk to a psychic about this, like right now. And why? And that's called attachment panic. And that means that the person you're attached to is no good, is no good. So there's attachment panic. You got to be really careful. But then there's the dependency paradox, where if you get into a relationship with someone who is very secure, they calm you down, and then you can focus on other things in your life. And so he helps you a lot, just hearing his voice. Yeah, that's called the dependency paradox. When you're with someone who's secure, well, they've done these tests where they will give like injections or something. They'll like pinch a woman, and she'll feel more pain if she's alone. But if she is holding the hand of her partner, then she feels less pain. So that's part of the dependency paradox. So they've done these studies, which sound terrible, because I don't want to go do a study where they pinch me, or poke me. But they experience less fear and less panic when they're in a relationship with someone who is secure, who calms them down, who they can trust and rely upon. My boyfriend calms me down too, and it's gotten much better now that we're living together. When we weren't living together, I was still an anxious mess, because I didn't know what was going on with him at all times, and he would get funny, and I would wonder, oh, 20 years, wow. And so I would wonder where he is and why am I not hearing from him. But now I just know what's going on with him. So I go, oh, that's why he would disappear. He's just on his headphones or playing a video game, or it's nothing. And so now I'm sure, hi, blessed mess. So there's attachment panic, but there's the dependency paradox. And so we want to find good relationships. And so if we're in a relationship that makes us anxious and makes us worried and makes us freaked out, you're in the wrong relationship. You should reconsider your options, which that in itself causes anxiety. When you think, oh my God, am I going to lose my relationship? Is he the one? So anxiety is legit. But when we don't know, like when things are so uncertain, here's the moon. When things are so uncertain and we're moving into the future and kind of an unknown state, and we don't know what is going on or what is coming up next, that can cause anxiety when we're unsure about the future. This is like the tower has already hit, like you got the bad news. And so now you're having to get on another path. So what do? What do? You just take steps every day. You do something every day. That's why I'm going live every day, is because I'm anxious as fuck. And so I go live every day because it helps me, because I'm taking steps every day in order to get to a clearer future. This is me being one day at a time. Yeah, absolutely. One day at a time. You got to do it one day at a time. Like you can't do tomorrow and you can't do yesterday. But you need a goal. You do need a goal that is like a little bit down the road. You do need to be working towards something, but you just get there one day at a time. One day at a time. But you have to take action steps. If you don't take action steps, and if you're not living successfully every day, then you're going to feel bad. You're going to feel like, oh, I didn't get anything done. Life is piling up, and, his life piles up. Does anybody's life pile up? Like my life piles up, and I get very anxious when life piles up. We've had this flea problem, and so we have now these, look, Angelica Chanelica, knock it off. Just like go away. You know how that feels. I just have these people like spamming my Facebook. I've had to like close a Facebook page because I was getting so much spam on it. Like I had to shut it down because it was just so much spam. So much spam. But the spammers, the scammers. This is, by the way, this is my only account. Beware of anyone that has a name similar to mine, but it's misspelled and whatever. It's not me. This is my only account. Beware of scammers and impersonators. I will never reach out. I will never DM you. I will never follow you unless there's a reason. I will never follow you out of the blue. And yeah, so just beware, and beware of any psychic that is trying to reach out to you soliciting their services. It's a scam. They're going to tell you you're cursed. I'll tell you how the reading goes. My darling, we have ancestors, and the ancestors have told me that you're cursed and you need a healing and blah, 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 blah. Hi, Sandy. Beware of scammers on Facebook. They are so ridiculous. And so they'll tell you you're cursed, and they'll say, okay, well, the ancestors have told me I have to go get all these supplies. And so you need to give me X amount of dollars for me to buy the supplies so that I can do a ritual that will cure your hurt, your I know, it's so crazy. No thanks. I don't need a promotion. I don't need a promotion. Wow, I've never gotten like a scammer on Twitch before, so that's new. I don't know how to block them on Twitch. Yeah, you just gotta block them. You just gotta block and report. They're not gonna heal you. They're not gonna get your ex back. They're not gonna, make you $1 million. Like, beware of scammy psychics. They're not real. They say they're a woman. They're just some man. They're just some man pretending to be a woman. They're all men. They're all these men pretending to be women. It's crazy. So, anxiety. So, what can we tell ourselves? One day at a time. One day at a time. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Accept the things that I cannot change. So acceptance. I accept my life right now. Like there's certain things that I can't change, that I can't push along, that I can't move. So I have to accept what's going on in my life right now and change the things I can. Like, I can do things. I can go live, I can write, I can apply for jobs. Like what can you do in order to calm down? Like what are the action steps that you can take in your life to feel better? Change the things you can and have the wisdom to know the difference. And the wisdom, like, what is something that I can do or not do here? Because I mean, that's the Two of Swords energy. The Two of Swords energy is where you think you have a choice, where you think you have to do something, or you have to choose to break up with your boyfriend, or you have to choose to leave your job, or you have to choose to do this, or like you think you have like these weird choices, but you're really just worrying about the future. You're really just worrying about the future. And so, amen. Thanks, Sandy. So people are just really worried about the future, thinking that they need to change right now. When change is more gradual, change when you have, hi, Quinita, change when you have the ability to change, like get another job, or like start applying for jobs before you quit your current job. There's certain things that you can do. Hi, Quinita. So accept the things you cannot change, have the courage to change the things you can, and have the wisdom to know the difference. And sometimes we have to pray for the motivation to take the steps that we need to take. Plan ahead. Plan ahead, but reasonably. You can't think, you can only do today's work today. You can't do tomorrow's work today. And so sometimes having too big of to-do list can cause anxiety, because you think, oh, I have so much stuff to do. How am I going to get to all this stuff? Like, how am I going to deal with all this stuff? It's too much. I can't do it. I need to take a nap. like planning too far ahead can get you into trouble. That's what my mom does. She will plan ahead. Sometimes she's very smart, but you're waiting to move out of state, but wanting to make sure it's the right move. Yeah, we'll start looking. Don't move out of state until like Like it took us forever. We moved out of California a year ago, and it took us about 9 months to find a house. So it took us a long time to figure it out. Yeah, you got to go with the flow. You got to go with the flow. I mean, sometimes it's good to have lists and to be organized, but and I love the idea of having a gratitude practice. And that's what I did, Sandy, when when I moved out of state. Houston, Texas is on the agenda. Nice. I have a lot of family in Houston, and in Galveston. Um, so I spent every day being very grateful for my future and being really grateful for the house that I was going to be offered and that I was going to live in. And I would and I would draw pictures of the house and draw pictures of trees and I was always being, oh, you were born in Austin. I had a family. I have a bunch of like ancient grave sites from like the Civil War in Georgetown, just north of Austin. So my sister and my grandma and my grandpa are in Austin, Texas, along with a bunch of, oh yeah, with along with a bunch of my ancestors, like these, yeah, in Georgetown and Dice. Your dad lived in Galveston and League City. Oh, you loved it. I don't think I've ever been to Galveston. I just have family there. I have family. They supposedly have this big house there. I have like a cousin or an uncle. I think he's like an older cousin, so he's more like an uncle, but he's really a cousin. One of those guys. So yeah, be really grateful. Gratitude. Gratitude for your future. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the beautiful future that is falling into place even as we speak. Thank you so much for the beautiful future that is being laid out in front of me. And I pray to have a path that is lit, that I know each step that I need to take, that each step I need to take is illuminated to get me to this beautiful future that is being laid out to me. Thank you. You know, thank you for this move out of state, you know. Thank you for getting me the right house. That's the right place at the right time. Thank you. Thank you. You know, just be so grateful. And then be quiet for 5 minutes and ask for guidance. Like, what do I need to do in order to take another step into this future? And just be quiet. Be quiet for 5 minutes and you will hear action steps and write down 4 of those suckers, you know, and start on step 1. And you'll hear them. You'll say, well, you know, and so for me, when it's the right time and is meant to be, it'll happen. Yeah, the right time. You know, sometimes it happens at the last minute, which I don't like things at the last minute. But it's the law of gender, you know, where there's a gestation period for every goal, and every goal happens at its right time. It's the same with relationships. And so if we're anxious about this unknown future, like when is it going to happen? When is it going to land? What is it going to do? You know, like we're just like so anxious. So anxious. Like you have to say everything has a gestation period. It's not fully formed yet. It's not ready for my arrival. You know, like if you go out of town to visit a family member, like if you showed up early to see a family member, they would be so pissed at you. No, it doesn't turn out the way you want. And most of the time you can't force anything. You can try to force things, but you can't. You can't. You know, it won't turn out. you know, you want it to turn out, but it won't. But like if you were to show up at somebody's house unannounced, they'd be pissed. You know, they're like, look, I haven't cleaned the bathroom, like I have dishes on the counter, you know, I have, like, I'm not ready, I'm not company ready. Like, you can't just show up to somebody's house unannounced. You know, that's the same thing for the universe. Like, you can't just like show up. Like, it's got to be, they got to clean the house for you. They got to have the right food, you know, in the fridge. They have to have your desired milk in your coffee. Like, they want to be ready for you. Yeah. And so that's the same thing with the law of gender or gestation, is that everything has a gestation period. It's all getting put into place. You know, everything is being rolled out of the hills, and the creative forces are fixing and perfecting and making better and bringing it to market and forming. It's all being formed for you. And then so that one day it just shows up like, ta-da. And you're like, well, that was easy. It wasn't easy. It was like only a miracle. But miracles take time. Sometimes they happen really fast. Sometimes miracles are instantaneous, but the big ones take time. So if you want to move to another place, yeah, you wish it was that easy. You know, I was reading this today. So this is The Science of Getting Rich. This is probably my favorite book. This is my favorite book, I would have to say. And it is written by Wallace Wattles back forever ago. Let me see. It was, oh, I don't even know when it was written. But there is let me see here. So there's a syllabus. There's a syllabus, and he talks about manifesting riches. And he says, thought is the only way you can manifest riches or anything you want from the universe. The only way that you can put things into solid form is through thought. That's the only thing. If something is going to exist, it has to be thought first. Like, you have to think about it. Like, this just wasn't this just didn't pop out of, like, somebody had to like plan this. Somebody had to like design this and figure out where to get it, where to get all the plastic, how to form the thing, how to get the little metal bits in it, and the, you know, like, somebody had to think about this in order, hi Richa, in order to make it a thing. So the only thing that can, he says it, thought is the only power that can produce tangible riches from the formless substance. Thank you. Ta-da!
I'll drink this. Fine.
You'll drink that one. Thank you.
You got me stressed out for you hearing all this stuff.
He said I stressed him out. See, you think of water and water comes. Your mind is powerful enough to heal your body. Well, your body completely regenerates every 3 months. Oh, he is the sweetest. My dear Rob. I am so lucky to have my dear Rob. And he's really cute too. He's so cute. He's really cute. His aunt was on my live the other night, and he came in and he was like looking. He said he felt really weird being in my chair. So I'm going to read the syllabus from Wallace Wattles. This is what he says on how you make something happen, on how you get your house, on how you get your riches, on how I'm going to get my riches. This is it. Okay. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. Yeah, it is my queen's chair. This is actually like a really manifested mat thing behind me. It's crazy. I'm going to turn it on. It turns on. Oh, it's unplugged. Oh, I'll have to plug it in later. Um, so there's a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. So everything that is in our life, everything that is in our world is made of thinking stuff. Everything is stuff. It fills everything. This is thinking stuff. I'm thinking stuff. You're thinking stuff. All of this is thinking stuff. It's all created from a stuff that thinks. And I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, it's thinking stuff. Like everything that is in this realm, it thinks. The universe thinks. Like all of this stuff has a vibration, it all has an energy, and it all thinks. So the world is created from thinking stuff. But to me, that really it kind of it thinks. And so it says a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. So you can put a thought in the thinking stuff, and the stuff will think it out and will create it. So, like, I think of a weird phone holder. Ta-da! It's very deep. It's very deep. This is my favorite book. I have like spent hours and hours and hours carrying this book around and reading it. Ancestor William, get out of my live. You're not welcome here. You are not welcome here. So, thinking stuff. And so I thought in this substance,
Creeper?
no, Ancestor William, there's all these scammers that are like offering readings to. No, it's not the creeper. I blocked that guy.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't overreact.
You're so sweet.
No, make me mad, dude.
Yeah, if a creeper shows up, I'll let you know.
Rob. No one here.
Okay. I had a creeper that was asking for foot pics. So, okay. So you can form things. He's on, I know he's scammer. No, he thought he was a creeper. Like he doesn't care about scammers. Scammers are stupid, but creepers make him mad. So you can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon the formless substance, can cause the thing you think about to be created. So you can form things in your thought. So you form this. And that's the whole thing. Like I did a live the other day about thinking from the end. Thinking from the end is the beginning of all miracles. Yeah, the creeper. Thinking from the end is the beginning of all miracles. And so this was a sketch. Somebody was like, they figured out, like, okay, I want to form this. And so I need to get it from a supplier. I need to get my plans to someone who can create it. Like you had like, okay, how can I put this on the shelf in Ross? Like, I'm sure that's not where they figured it would end up in Ross, but I got it at Ross. So I got it at Ross. Ross is where like the thinking stuff is like ends up. So in order to do this, so you can form things in your thought. So you think an end of something is the beginning of something new. Yeah. So so you can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon the formless substance can cause the thing you think about to be created. So I love it too. So if you have this house that you want, if you have a house that you want, then you imagine the house, you imagine where it is, you imagine living it, you see yourself laying in bed, you just imagine it. If you want a relationship, you imagine you're spending time with this person. You're imagining how they make you feel, how they make you laugh, how you're having such a good time, how they bring you water while you're on your lives. You just imagine it, and it will form. You put the thought of the end in the thinking stuff, and the thinking stuff will bring it out to you in an amount of time that is preordained by the thinking stuff. So, in order to do this, and this is where it gets interesting and complicated. In order to do this, you must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. You must form a clear mental picture of the things you want. And so you have to be a creator and not a competitor. If you are trying to compete with people, somebody will win, somebody will lose, and one day you'll lose. You know, it's not about competition. There is enough for everyone. You know, there's enough resources in America for everyone to have a mansion. You know, there's enough resources for everybody to have a mansion in America. We don't, but there's enough. There's enough for everything. There's enough for everything. And you must do with faith and purpose all that can be done each day, doing each separate thing in an effective manner. So you must do each with faith and purpose, all that can be done each day, doing each separate thing in an effective manner. So you got to act. What you move towards will move towards you. And that's the truth. And so, but you can only do today's work today and tomorrow's work tomorrow. So it looks like a lot of people that were anxious have gone to bed. And so I think that maybe some people's anxiety has been relieved, has been relieved. And so I think with that, I am going to get off of here and go to my dear precious Rob. My dear precious Rob. He is waiting for me in the other room and he keeps coming in here. So I think he wants to talk to me about his day. So I'm going to go support him because I don't like him being at a 3. I want him to be at a 1. And I want to be at a 1. So good night and enjoy your evening. And if there's something that you really want, think about it. You know, I've been like thinking of like money amounts, you know, and just kind of blinking my eyes and seeing the amount in my bank account. Like, and I see the amount, you know. So that's kind of something that I've been doing. So, anyways, all right. Good night, you guys. So I'm going to say good night to these people over here. Good night, you guys. Thanks so much for joining my live. Oh, let me edit the thing. What is your anxiety level? We'll do more on anxiety for sure because that is something that I want to help people with. I didn't realize so many people were anxious. So I want to continue on that.